Let's get this on the road. Quarterfinal decision time. Whoever wins 2 maps in this is going to the main qualifier in 2 weeks for the biggest Warcraft event of the summer. Warcraft Gold League in Shanghai. 2 spots for the European scene, and Knoff and Johnny Cage are 1 step away from making it there. Here they are. We have Russia versus Sweden. Knoff, of course, a lengthy history in Warcraft 3 competition. With Raptor Gaming, for example, with Mouse Sports, with Team Sweden. And now he's back, looking a little different than on this pic here that we extracted from Liquipedia. And, of course, Johnny Cage knows him, saying, good luck, have fun, Jason Statham. A little
Jason
less here.
Statham, Neo. Don't you know that as a big Fast and the Furious fan?
Yes, of course, whatever. Knoff is starting in the upper left. He plays a lot of fast here from what I've seen. Maybe not in this matchup though, as it is against Night Elf.
Are you guys watching Knoff's stream? It's highly recommended. Very entertaining. And, well, Johnny Cage seems to be sometimes as well. Playing Night Elf here is very unsurprising, of course. Something that also TH and Infi have been doing for a long time now. Ever since 1.30.1. Seems to be a little simpler than human. We see normally a couple of archers, a couple of hunters, and an expansion somewhere along the way. But on the NetEase server, in the Chinese meta, the Yorks have found a great answer to this. Huck nowadays has good plays against it, so does Focus, for example, as well. How up-to-date with the meta is Knoff?
Yeah.
How good is he against Night Elf?
I think he has his really own style, so he's not watching... he is watching a lot of pro competition. He's watching almost all of our streams once he has time. But is he playing this style as well? We'll see. Focus had a very good positioning here with Grunt and Blade Master seeing if the Keeper is coming or not, and what he can creep and what not. Knoff is going for the same opening creep here for the Ogre and finds a Claw. He will be very happy with that. So what now? Items and then harass or not? It's a Huntress build by Johnny Cage.
And already we see this build differing from a lot of the Asian orcs here with a 2 borrow tech. That's already going to be quite a bit later. And now the Blade Master and the Grunt moving across the map. Keeper not going for the green camp first, for the level 2 here easily, but rather creeping up the natural right away.
Knoff with the second claw and immediately going for the Ogre Magi to steal the big consumable away that we have at the 12 o'clock position. For Johnny Cage, I think the prime object is establishing an expansion. And with that creep, of course, he can do that. But no Tree of Life in the works yet. Knoff getting the big mana potion.
If you can hold on to that for the Shadow Hunter later on when he has decent level, it's going to be very, very strong. Keeper would love to get an entangle here on the Grunt, but he only has mana for the 1 entangle. Don't know if this is necessarily enough damage to find the killer. With the Scroll of Speed, it certainly shouldn't be. Actually, this entangle lasted longer than I thought it would, and he will get that kill. It will be denied here nicely by Knoff, but the Grunt is still dead. And if there was an expansion here coming up somewhere, that would probably not be getting cancelled, but we don't have an expansion just yet.
Indeed. Level or tier 1.5 on Knoff's side. Night Elf, of course, not creeping yet, but what is Johnny Cage's plan here? Without a Tree of Life in the works, he's sending out a Wisp now. Maybe that's the one that builds the tree, but he's giving Knoff quite a lot of time.
And Johnny Cage is floating a lot of resources here. Oh, sets it up now. That is a sneaky, sneaky spot. Is Knoff gonna check for it? Oh, he's not! Whoa. It's in the little corner down there.
That is something really special. By the way, did you notice if he played random or Night Elf?
No. But I think it was Night Elf.
Oh, nice ensnare from the creeps. Knoff immediately capitalizing on that. Revenge for the Grunt that was falling before.
1 Treant for level 2. Surprised he's not going for it. 20 experience is exactly what this summon provides. And he's going back to the natural. Is he going to check the entirety of it? it might be good enough still to find the kill. He has double claws. Oh,
He's looking for it everywhere, and now he finds it. Only at 50%. 2 claws. Not level 2 though, so no extra stats, but that's more than enough time.
And almost level 2. He gets it with the grunts across the map. There's 2 entangles here though.
Should use it. Here's the first one. Is the damage enough? Oh boy. Timing of Johnny Cage is really good. He needs another entangle. Should be on cooldown, and Knoff moves away from this.
But he can just heal up a little and perhaps still try it. Ah, yeah. Sentinels. Sentinels now so important to have vision against the blade. Would love to see Wisps down here as well for a repair if it should be necessary. Oh, Knoff wasn't aware there was a Sentinel here. This could be the Blade Master just dead right now. Stroll of speed, trying to run away. Oh my god, on 5 HP.
This took me the attack from the Keeper of the Grove. Knoff is playing with fire, and Johnny Cage all of a sudden in a pretty decent position here with close to level 3 Keeper. And the Expo up. I mean, he needs some repair, but that's fine. It needs some time to walk over as well, as he has no Nature's Blessing. Tech has started for him halfway through. What's Knoff doing? He is going off meta. Torrent Totem, Bestiary, and Warmill.
Old school. Going for the walkers here. Once you do have 2-3 walkers out for the dispel, they're pretty good, especially against treants. But dealing with entangle after entangle is super tough with them. This is where Night Elf looked so unbelievably strong against Orc at WGL. And the Orcs were still going with this old school build. The Peon Scout here is saving his skin right now, though, as he sees the Night Elf army approaching, and Knoff has to fall back to the main.
Blade Master still struggling with levels, only 2.5. Johnny Cage, is he going for the aggressive? Will he creep something away from Knoff? Looks like he is the aggressor in this. Has a TP still, has a staff as well. He can't really cancel too much, I guess, but also preventing the Shadowhunter from leveling.
So it is Serpent Wards first though, so no super old school Hex first build.
A player's forces are under attack.
As the Serpent Wards are so strong against the Huntresses.
Yeah, Johnny Cage will retreat in a second to get the Alchemist. Knoff still knows that he's around somewhere. Oh, I love these Sentinels, man. So much vision for Johnny Cage with these 2 birds.
How does that work? Where are the Huntresses hiding those owls, by the way?
There's a pocket.
They just got a bag, hiding the owls in there, and then
they're
they
like a magician who hide the doves in a hat.
And then they throw them out, and they force them to remain there. The owls can never leave the tree.
No, they want to.
Those hunts are pretty mean, dude. They're pretty mean.
They just don't like to move. They're carried around by hunters, and then they stay on the trees. They're just a little, lazy, just like me. Ooh, Pendant of Energy. Knoff really lucky with items.
However, not too much experience just yet. Neither Blade nor Shadowhunter with the levels required. He needs... Like, level 2 Blade Master can oftentimes be good enough, but Shadowhunter really needs to be level 3 here. Sooner rather than later. This Blade Master inventory, though. My god. And it's crit level 2, I think, right? Yeah, it must be,
yes,
with 129 crit.
Yes. More experience for Johnny Cage. Not really the most overwhelming heroes we've ever seen, but an Echo Owl is also very hard. Engine Protector even. But this army, I mean, I love this shop. I don't know if it will survive long. It's also quite far away, but having that backup shop is neat, as you want to go back to the shop as well to get invols and stuff. This AP will not come up. Will this siege go through? He has only 1 raider.
And only 1 walker. That one has 200 mana. That's 2 dispels. That's it. Oh, but Johnny Cage walking into the creeps here as he's coming back for the defense. Uh-oh, getting sidetracked. He may have been on A-click, and this is just dead. This tree's just gone.
Absolutely. Speed scroll on Knoff's side as well, but he's willing to fight with the Serpent Wards. I mean, the Hunters are quite low. There is Spirit Link, or there should be Spirit Link on Knoff's side. He's not summoning it yet, as there are so many wisps around. Next Huntress falls. Oh, nice. Dropping the Pendant of Energy, but leaves it on the ground.
Pick it up. There's a pendant right there, dude.
Okay, there we go. And detonated right away. Uh-oh! Entangles around though. Can he fight through this? I don't think so. No dispel. Shadowhunter dead. So Johnny Cage gets at least something out of this.
It gets a lot out of it. That's gonna be the Raider falling as well. With that, Knoff dropping down to 34 supply. The Grunts looking mighty bruised as well. Buying the TP, trying to save the rest of the units at least. The Kodo actually being used here to shoot the Huntresses away. Both players taking significant losses. Who comes out on top? Hard to tell.
At least the expansion is gone. So there's not a timer on Knoff right now because 70 supply push is so far away for Johnny Cage. But the loss of the Shadowhunter was massive as you rely on the damage of the level 2 Serpent Wards. And yeah, where and when to get that now? I think Johnny Cage will let these Murlocs feel his wrath. Which
will be the level 3 for the Alchemist as well. If he solo creeps him, but perhaps wants level 4 Keeper also, which he's almost got. Ring of Protection for the Alch. That's pretty nice as well.
Okay, you got some results from the other games. Please defeated Caspin, so it's Mose versus Please. Thorzane defeated... oh no, it's still playing versus Pain. And Ente defeated Abram, so it's Ente versus Terra.
Okay. Night Elf army here all pretty hurt, but there's plenty of Moon Juice. Johnny Cage not yet feeling the need to send them back to the main. Alchemist suddenly a tanky boy with a now 7 armor on himself.
Expanding again at 50 supply. Has the Bouncing Glaives upgrade for the Huntress. Shop only now. Oh, that's really late. Knoff is still on par supply-wise. Kind of. Slowly behind, but it's not like we've seen at WGL so many times that the Night Elf is running away with 10 to 15 supply plus. So I guess the Swede is doing fine for now, especially with this Blade Master. Plus 18 and gloves.
Yeah. He needs level 3 Shadow though. It's like long overdue. And if he gets these 2 camps or a Tome of Experience in the bottom left, it's gonna be good enough. And at the shop, Blade Master gets the Invul. But the heal throw goes towards the Night Elf side, and there's a second invul as well. No hit throws, I mean, at all for Knoff.
Okay, at least the invuls. Oh. Caught by the roots. More damage here, so he needs to heal up. No chance for an expansion right now for Knoff. He needs army. He has a mana potion at least, but not level 3.
Knoff wants to go in here with a show of speed, but Shadow Meld, an easy TP out. Johnny Cage does not want to take a fight. Not just yet.
It's funny that we actually lost viewers compared to our German cast.
Maybe we should go back to German. Or Swedish, perhaps. Ja.
Ja. Wasser. Knecke, Knecke.
Surströmming. Alright, expansion finally mining again. Took a while though. And here we go once more. Lots of archers in the back. It looks like the Huntress front line is a little thin, perhaps. First Huntress dies right away, being traded quickly for a Grunt. And that's level 3 for the Shadow Hunter. Has the mana potion here to boot as well. The Kodo Beast got the Devour off, but will be sniped. Oh, that's a big loss. Huntress returns. Oh, and the Shadow Hunter, he's just dead! Heat Wave coming in, but it's not enough. It's too much damage. And the second hero for Knoff falls. And that seems to be the beginning of the end.
Blade Master has to cut through all of this basically alone now. No way to go for a hero kill. He's sniping these archers in the back and gets a lot of solo experience, close to level 5 all of a sudden. But the Serpent Wards are running out, and without the piercing damage, what to do against the few hunters he has? Shadow Melt everywhere, by the way. No dust, and the next Entangle. And with the Blade Master, this Poison Ivy could kill the Blade. Knoff is losing units left, right, and center. He's going one-on-one with the Keeper. Or actually, not one-on-one, but 1 and 5. But he wants his Keeper, and he gets it! Level 5! Oh, no! The power of Windwalk and crit, and 3 claws in the gloves.
Shadow Hunter's bought back. He's claritying it up right now. Seems like Johnny Cage wants to go for a Tavern Revive as well. He certainly has the resources for this easily with his 900 gold. And there comes back the Keeper, almost level 5, but no mana to use at all. This shop was a lifeline here for Knoff.
Absolutely.
player's forces are under
Peons are coming now, but once again, the merchant items go to Johnny Cage. He has no gold for that, actually. Blade Master's just hacking and slaying at these archers, and soon to be daytime, then there's no Shadow Meld anymore.
Is he aiming for the hero kill again? Blade Master out of the shadows, going for the Keeper right away. Is he going to use the invul this time? Doesn't have to yet. Spirit Link making everything fairly tanky. And the Blade continues on with the critical strikes up at 200 now.
Oh!
Going for the hero, 200 crit again! Would love to have Hex now. But doesn't have that skill point, of course.
Thank God.
Blade Master is a raid boss.
Oh, dodges the backstep with the invul. That was so well done. But this ultimate is now suffering. Blade Master dies though. The raid boss is gone. Sorry.
GG.
Jesus, this coughing.
Alchemist!
Yeah, I was a little overwhelmed by the action over there. So Knoff actually losing game number 1 after, like, losing his heroes a little too often. 2 times the Shadow Hunter, 1 times the Blade. It wasn't one Blade to rule it all.
And that Blade Master, with the old crit again, perhaps wins that game.
Yeah, but then with a new Windwalk, you don't know.
Dude, old crit is pretty insane.
Johnny Cage 1 map away from most likely the biggest accomplishment of his career, I guess.
Yeah, I think we can say that.
Knoff is still in the lobby, you don't have to type it in yet. Knoff's map choice now as well. But yeah, this is... this was old meta, and once again it didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the Walker Raider combo working sometimes, but I feel it's so unreliable. If you don't get the super strong heroes up at a decent time, it's just so hard to deal with the entangle over and over. Like, at one point, the walkers are just dry. You don't have enough to spell. If you for Shaman, you have much cheaper to spell. Heavier on the upgrades on the gun, heavier on the creeping. Yeah, I think Knoff is just playing an out-of-fashion style.
I think so too, unfortunately.
Outdated.
Like, imagine this Blade Master with more purges as well. Like, could have gotten even more heroes. Both were pretty lucky with the items, though. I guess if Johnny Cage doesn't find 2 rings and the Alchemist dies in seconds against this crit, against the physical damage. And on the other side, of course, the Blade Master was super sick, so maybe that evens out.
Yeah. So, second map here, Terrana Stand. Used to be an old favorite when the true desperation times were upon the orcs, where it was Shadowhunter first, mass creeping into Tinker Push times. I would love to see a curveball strat of that again. Like, nobody's playing it anymore. I feel like that could be fit into a best of 3 or best of 5 somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not
However,
too familiar
Knoff,
with
I think, never really was fond of that style, right?
I think he said that Tower Rush is better than Expo at one point, but it's so long ago, I don't know how that statement holds up. Alright, match number 2, match points for Johnny Cage. The Russian is 1 map away from the main qualifier. Alongside Happy, Foggy, Hawk, and Cash. Still no result from Thorzane and Payne, who will face Wan in the second quarterfinal that we will broadcast here. Once again, a reminder, we won't play this tournament until the end. If you win your quarterfinal matches, you are qualified. And your day ends.
So far, so standard what we're seeing between the two here. Johnny Cage going for the safe creep camp at the Merchant. Doesn't want to be bothered with an earlier Blade Master harass. And it should probably be Blade Master. Shadowhunter used to be a thing in the past.
With Knoff, it could be Farseer, actually. It actually could also be a Shadowhunter. I would put my money on a Farseer, though, with odds.
Thank you very much, Rahatong, for the 2 months. And Ignite Dreams with €5 saying GG.
Thank you. It is the Shadowhunter!
Wow, really?
I was pretty sure it's not going to be a Blade Master. But yeah, Shadowhunter first. I think he's a big fan of the Lightning Shield creep. Also, of course, from my side, thank you, Ratatatzonk and Ignite Dreams. So, Shadowhunter, shop here, and then Lightning Shield creep at the Mercenary camp. On the other side, it's the normal build thus far, with the save creep, the anti-Blade Master creep, really, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So it gives you level 2, but you don't get the big consumable, you don't get the Mercamp support. Usually the Mercenary is the ideal one to go for, but a little risky. I really like seeing the Shadowhunter here again. And I don't know, is that so popular on ladder? I wouldn't think so, really. So this may come as a bit of a surprise to Johnny Cage.
Yeah, you were speaking of curveballs in those best of 3, and Knoff is definitely throwing one here with this strat.
So,
I haven't seen it in a long time, to be honest.
does he have the Lightning Shield down? We're going to be watching very closely. It's not the easiest creep ever to execute. You want to have Lightning Shield hurting all of the creeps here, but the important thing is not to deny them, because if the Lightning Shield gets the last tick of damage, the last hit, the experience goes into oblivion. And especially the level 5 boy, you want to get. And not just playing it safe, not waiting for the last split second.
That's flawless.
Yeah, really well done.
That's one of the best Shadowhunter Lightning Shields I've seen. Well, of course in a long time, because I haven't seen it in a long time. But yeah, no denies, super fast, good positioning, lots of units around him. Problems, of course, is he's a little hurt now, but should be fine.
And this strat, of course, if you guys are not aware of it, is designed to have heavy Shadowhunter creeping at the beginning, especially the Lightning Shield is a nice kickstart into the game for at least level 3. Rather, level 4 for level 2 Heat Wave and level 2 Serpent Wards, and then on tier 2, with possibly a Tinker. We used to see it with Tinker in the past, going all in push against the expansion. With a Pocket Factory there, with Serpent Wards there, and possibly even Towers later on, it can be really hard for the Night Elf to hold that expansion, because that push hits just before you're heading into upkeep usually.
Correct. And once again, of course, the Night Elf tries to establish this expansion. Knoff, do you even have to scout for it? I think you have to, but it's a 99% chance that this expansion is coming up there.
And he's going for the cancel as well. And I like this move. This is another nice thing about this strat on Terranas. You have early Mercamp access, meaning early Shadow Priest, meaning an early answer to Entangle, which usually can be the dominator of the early game, as normally the spell is further away. So instead, it's actually Treant's level 2, not Entangle level 2. And Knoff could have cancelled this expansion, but did he not see it? He had the TP as well, still in his inventory, to even get out if things should get too messy. Oh, Knoff is missing a big opportunity right here. If he just cancels the expansion, that's easily worth a TP. If even that is necessary.
Heal Wave use on the Shadow Priest. Speed scroll now to get at least some kills, but nice deny by Johnny Cage. Now he's turning around, and now he's trying to get this Expo kill, but is it still time?
Should be good enough, I think. 3 grunts, a bit of Serpent Ward action as well as the Shadow Hunter and the Shadow Priest. It's not too easy to get this cancel, but it should be enough, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Heal Wave coming in, again, only for the Shadow Priest. And if he TP's out, that should be more than enough. There we go. Cancel this. If he gets the Wisp, that buys him even more time. I don't think he has the damage for that. Lots of mana used here already.
There's one Entangle ready. With that, one grunt should easily be killable. But not using the mana at the moment. TP out now. If the grunt survives, this is the perfect early game for Knoff. Not quite.
So losing a Shadow Priest Grunt and the TP for this. Tech is done though. This time he goes Lodge and early Warmill. This is way more meta than what he played before.
And that expansion cancel was nice, but there was a lot of time that he didn't spend creeping. So Shadowhunter should be able to still hit level 3 here before the push, the real one, rolls around at the expansion. But level 4, at this point, it's rather unrealistic.
That's correct. Level 4 is so good for Serpent Wards 2 and Heal Wave 2. It's one of the best level 4s in the game in this matchup. For such a long time, we said, oh, level 4 for the Shadowhunter isn't that important, but then they changed up the build, and now everything is a little different.
Keeper at the wizard. The big consumable can also be very nice for him, and the greater mana certainly is. Getting closer to level 4 as well. That's also nice for himself.
Especially with the pendant. Ooh, yeah. That's
Oh,
sweet.
yeah. Holy crap. That's gonna be a lot of treants.
Shop already established in the north. He's coming again. He knows that this expo is coming up. Second hero not chosen yet. Maybe playing the solo. First shaman coming only now.
Is he playing solo hero, really? Shadowhunter only?
Looks like it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely is.
Nice
Shaman
hand by
aren't
Tommy.
ready yet, so Entangle can still be a big threat. There's one Shadow Priest, but only mana enough for one single dispel. Uses it on a Treant. Don't know about that choice, and that exposes the rest of the army to the Entangle. Going on towards the Berserker, that one, even with the heal wave, will not be surviving.
I like how
will
Johnny
he?
Cage is constantly taking care of these Serpent Wards. He focuses them really early on, so they can't do that much damage. We've seen this in games where the Serpent Wards are basically there for the entire duration, shooting away at their opponents. Not for Johnny Cage, though. Oh, big mana now. While the pendant was dropped, 400 mana all of a sudden.
460 mana. Just insane. That is mana cheating at its best. And yeah, so much more steam now for this keeper.
And the first shaman fell. That's a big loss. And of course, Entangle, Acid Bomb. Nice way of purging it out there, but more treants. This shop didn't really do too much. Can he still reach it? He has 300 gold.
Keeping this alive would be a massive deal. And Johnny Cage does not find the kill on this. But the treants probably will.
So many of them. Also, the duration is still long. Engine Protector there is a nice solution. Can he get a block on the Alchemist and kill him? I mean, there's a lack of damage, which is very, very obvious at this point. Without a Blade Master, without anything, really.
So many treants, dude. Jesus Christ, so many treants. Heal Scroll may have to be used here to save that Alchemist. Or will he be saved? He's still surrounded and he's still gonna fall. Level 1 hero hits the deck. But because of that, level 1 is gonna be back soon as well.
Yeah, I don't know if that was worth it. He lost health on his entire army. Everything is bruised, everything is red, and there's still so many treants.
I think Knoff pushed a little too early.
Yeah.
I think he should have just gathered more Shaman, creep up more, get closer to 50 and then push, maybe.
Can he get one more mana potion? I don't think so. This is Knoff's last stand, basically. Can get one more hunt. Alright, that's the big level 4, but if everything else is dying, what does it do? Okay, that was the last heal wave. But he can't continue to fight. Still 260 mana.
Yeah, these Serpent Wards seriously never stand for long. Every time. Sniping them out. How much experience they actually get? I don't know.
Me neither, man. Me neither.
Hunters, though, all very bruised, all clarity and heal self-cancel on the Shadow Hunter. That stings.
Forces are under attack.
Keeper close to 5 is... Of course, the Alchemist was away for most of the fight. Acid Bomb hits basically everything. Where are these skeletons coming from? From the creeps?
Yeah.
Right.
And for Knoff, everything seems to be falling apart. He can't heal enough against this anymore. GG, and Johnny Cage takes this.
Damn.
2-0.
Very convincingly 2-0. I mean, Knoff's matchup wasn't really too too overwhelming here, I think. Kind of a few flaws in this game, but Johnny Cage just very solid. No big mistakes in his game. And he is in the main qualifier. That's certainly a surprise. Like, if someone mentions this before, Johnny Cage is going to the main qualifier. I think, okay. Yeah, he's gonna eliminate Sonic and Knoff. It's like, what the fuck, man? Really cool to see new names also in the European scene. We have a lot of rising stars in China. And now there's a new dawn in Europe as well, maybe, starting today.
Will of course have to prove himself again in the main qualifier, which is gonna be the bigger test, obviously. So, first player today, congrats to Johnny Cage, quite the surprise. Our next game will be Thorzane versus Juan, and I'm looking forward to this one.
The Dream Quarterfinal coming up next. I hope the vetoes are done already or they start vetoing now. We go into a small little break to rest my voice, and then we have the second quarterfinal coming up for the second decision of the day. Who's gonna follow? Johnny Cage. Stay tuned.